Welcome to another episode of The Raw Truth. As always, I'm your host, BX Bad Boy. And today is Men versus Women. Stay tuned. As I said, men versus women. And it's not what you think. The irony is, what you think shouldn't exist. So again, notes and script, just things I wanted to jot down and things I'll dive in deeper into as usual. I'll try to put a little bit more structure to this so it's not random ranting. Though, technically it's still random because it's random on the page. At that thought, please subscribe, like, dislike, comment. I want to know what you think. So let's start with man and women both mean the same thing. Adult. I mean, it's really simple. What's a man? An adult. What's a woman? An adult. Little boy and little girl mean the same thing. Child. Plain and simple. If you're a little boy or a little girl, you are a child in comparison to an adult. We're going to get into this. When a woman acts like an adult, it means she's loyal to her moral code. You have to have a code. The rules of right and wrong, essentially. Which are standards she lives by. The same when it comes to a man. They also have a moral code they live by. When a man breaks that moral code, he's not a man. He's a little boy, because page 2. There's 4 pages altogether. Come on. Try to separate it in the book, making it easy. But, never so easy. A real man can't break his moral code. That's what makes him a man. The second you violate the code, you're not a man. So you get lowered to little boy. If you are a true man, you don't break that code. End of story. I have a brother, I brought this up once before, that betrayed me, stole from me, robbed from me, disrespected me, attempted to try to kill me and or hurt me, whatever his intentions might have been. He's not blood related though. He's a guy I basically grew up with. I'm 42 now, let's say 42 years. Anyway, he's still my brother. I still love him. I still care how he's doing, to the degree I hope nothing bad's happening. I hope he's alive and healthy. Because I called him my brother 40 odd years ago, 30 odd years ago, whatever age we did it at. Cannot break that connection, because then it was never real to begin with. It was just kids playing with kids. It was real. Whether it is for him or not, it was for me, it is for me. So I will not break it. He will always be my brother, just not somebody I deal with. There's actually blood family that we all have that we don't deal with. Blood don't mean shit. Blood is just an obligation of genetics, the procreation of my family in my genes. If my blood family fucks up and betrays me, robs me, steals from me, kills, whatever, same thing as this dude, I'm gonna treat them just the same. Same applies to a woman. They honor their code as much as a man, which means they aren't little girls. The mistake that men and women make is to lump all males and females in one basket, making it harder to find the adults. It's worse than when it is. It's worse than Where's Waldo without Waldo. We cannot hold the entire sex responsible for what children do. Children have no moral code. They live by their emotions and wants. Now, I know this for a simple fact, whether you know it or not, you don't have children, you might be a child. My son, 12 years old, and for 12 years, everything he did was an emotion. He was hungry. He was happy. He wanted this. He wanted that. He wasn't thinking of consequences and further down the line what could happen. Like if he left the gas on, he wouldn't think by some chance it could blow the whole house up. Like, children don't think past their want. That's the problem with children, is why we don't let them out on the road by themselves until they're adults. That's why we are responsible for said child until they're an adult, because they don't operate with common sense. They operate with wants, needs, and emotions. Versus adults live by their needs over their wants. Once you make it to needs, not wants, you're no longer little. You're in adulthood. Brings respect, loyalty, honor, faithfulness, and no interest in games or bullshit. None of this has anything to do with age, but with morality and self-respect. Accepting morality. Accepting that morals play a part. If you don't have any, you ain't shit. When you accept that, you're an adult. Women and men make the mistake of calling little boys men or guys because they see male or female. So men and guys are thought of as little boys, throwing shade on real men and guys because of boys. We three are not the same. This also applies to women and ladies. As little girls, it's why it's hard to find women and men, because these differences and lumping us all up. P.S. Do you need to know what it means to be an adult? Let me know in the comments. I'll be glad to inform you. And if you just want to know what I think it means to be an adult, say that too, and then I won't have an attitude of, damn, you stupid. So it's really simple. That whole process of what I just ran to is that I've watched a lot of girls complaining about boys, men, guys. A guy is neutral. He's not good nor bad. He's in the middle. He can be both. But the second he goes to breaking a moral code of any kind, he becomes a little boy just like a man. And essentially a guy is a man. It's just another way of saying man, but taking away the formality of men versus women. So when you classify all males the same, all females the same, how will you define Waldo? Plain simple. Imagine everyone in the Waldo photo, and I've seen this actual photo once, where everybody in the photo is dressed like Waldo. The only slight difference between Waldo and them, Waldo's hat had a ball on top, but every other one of them had the same red hat without the ball, the same red stripes. They were all skinny like him. It was creepy almost seeing that many Waldo lookalikes, glasses and all. Imagine trying to find Waldo now. I guarantee you it could take you a lifetime looking at that photo and going through a couple of thousand Waldos to find Waldo. So when you do the same thing to men and women, lump them up with little boys and little girls, and we're all in the same pile of Waldos, how are you supposed to find us? How are we supposed to find each other? Listen, relationships, people are fucked up. I know it, you know it. But it's not a male thing or a female thing. It's an individual thing. It's almost like if you had a problem with me because I'm a male, it's like, it's not even like, it's a prejudice against my sexuality, or not sexuality, my sex. Let's leave it at that. Because sexuality, I think, also means what kind of sex I like to have, or who I like to have it with. So let's not get into it. The sex that I am, you're shading and putting a bias on my, and being prejudiced towards my sex. If I do it to a female, it's the same thing. Because you know what? A lot of times there's some good men, and they get destroyed by bad women. There's some good women that get destroyed by some bad men. But they're not men, and they're not women. They're boys and girls. There's only a boy and a girl who act this way. I respect my car. I value its tires. I try to treat it right at all times. My focus is doing it right by my car. Safety, fun, clean, everything taken care of. Without question. There is no, I'll go to see if I don't need her right now. No. Men treat their cars like gold. In a lot of cases better than they treat their women. But it just proves it can be done. Whether or not they do it makes a difference between men and boys. Same thing with women and their makeup, or their car, or their art, or something that they take great stakes in making sure nothing goes wrong with it. They can do that, then they can do the same thing with a man. Now, when you lump both of those up with little boys and little girls, you kind of lose sight of the truth. Little boy and little girl is not an age thing, it's a maturity thing. And a lot of times when you lump immature with mature, and you go by your eyesight, because that's why a lot of females say guys. That's meaning you're not looking at the men. You're looking at them as boys, looking at the boys as boys. So you don't see the man. They look too identical from the surface, or as they say, judging the book by its cover. You gotta let that go. I've had my heart turned into confetti and goo. To some points where I wanted to die. Which I'll get into that in another episode. Pay attention for our struggle, or the struggle, and you'll see. I'll dive into that a bit. It might be a little scary. Anyway, I've had my heart destroyed royally by multiple women, multiple girls, excuse me. I don't want to disrespect women. Multiple girls I dated. I didn't blame the next one for the last one. I did correct some mistakes I might have made in my approach of things with the next one. Like, the first one couldn't stand, I left my underwear on the floor. Not something I do, just for reference sake. So with the next girl, even though she may not care if my underwear on the floor. I didn't leave them on the floor just in case. Or the toilet seat. You know, you get the point. Any potential mistakes I might have made in a previous relationship from my side of the table, I tried not repeating them in the next one. But when I got into the next one, I didn't say, oh, you're just like my ex. And the only time that ever would have come out, if it did, was purposely to piss the girl off. Because she did and or said something. 9 times out of 10, it's something she did and or said. I'm not a mean guy to begin with. I'm not going to get nasty with you unless you give me a reason. Once that reason's there, let out the floodgates, because I'll rip your fucking head off. Whoops. Where'd that come from? So, we gotta stop. Because I've watched TikToks, I've watched YouTubes, I've watched girls, women, females, bad-mouthing guys, men. And I never heard but one say little boys. Convenient much. So you're gonna lump us all up. So you're gonna give a little boy the respect of calling him a man, and then disrespect a man at the same time, and then expect to find a good one? Let me call you the B word, or the C word, or any word that isn't your name. Bet you lose your shit. So why would you call me out my name? Got it? Get it? Get her done. The whole truth is, if you find a man, you won't know it because you put a shade on him because you're saying he's just like him. And men doing the same thing put shade on her because she's just like her. Well, you're going to be alone because you're going to judge all males and females the same. It's unfair to everyone. The little boy and the little girl should be called little boy, little girl. Men should be men and women should be women once you find them. They're not exactly abundant, but they may be. The problem is, you lump them all up in one fucking basket, so they're like, fuck her. She did this, she's telling me I'm just like them. I ain't done shit. Blah, blah, blah. And now, he is the bad guy. Because you turned him that way towards you. I mean, it's just the truth. Like, I got this female, I guess I'll call her a friend, I met on a website. And because I'm persistent, and because I don't talk as she's used to, she thinks there's something wrong with me. What do you think? Leave a comment. Let me know if you think I'm nuts. And if you see this, because she'll only give me the first letter of her name, or even, it may not even be her name, just a letter. Her name is T. So T, if you're watching this, I'm not mad at her, I'm not mad at you, but she doesn't know how to take me, because I am not like other men or other people. I'm a little strange, because I approach things differently than most people do, and it's a choice. I am who I am. I approach and talk how I feel. Whether you like it or fucking not, I don't care. I'm going to be me, even at the consequence that you don't like me. Better than to not be me, you like me, and I gotta keep up some kind of fucking front. That's for little boys. I won't talk shit on my junk unless playing around because it's funny. I won't say I'm the greatest unless I'm being funny, Because remember one thing, if you remember anything I've ever said, there's always somebody out there better than you. You just ain't come across them yet. Now, T might be a better smartass than me, or a better little tricker game than me. We're gonna find out. Because, I said something and she fucking agreed with it when she wasn't supposed to. Alright, fine. I said, children are cute until they grow up to be ugly like me. She said, yep. Instead of doing what she was supposed to do with that sentence, the way I set it up, she knew I set it up. I wasn't surprised that she knew. And I knew she knew just by the way she responded. But I told her, you get this one for free. But you only get one. So she's telling me, we'll see about that, or no, or some shit. Yeah, baby girl, you're gonna find out. I'm not the one. I'm good at this game. Might as well say I write a book on this game. But we'll save that for another note. So the upcoming episode, for those of you who made it this far, will probably be our, let's see, I'm going to say our struggle maybe. But keep an eye out for Family First, Our Struggle, and The End. You leave a comment on which one you want next. I'm probably going to record them all tonight or over the next couple of days and just put them out as either I see fit, or if you tell me you want to see what's next, which is Family First as 1, Our Struggle is 2, In the End, and that's so far that's it. I have more I'm sure to write, so I try to do a different approach, writing my shit down and just continue to talk after I'm done with what I wrote in the book, and I try to proofread it, because sometimes it makes no sense. If you see the gibberish, it's here, boy. I just want to give you guys something with a little more structure than just, oh look, can of Coke, oh look, chicken wings, oh look, French fries. Some kind of focus. But on that note, it's now 1:25. I'm going to sign off from this episode and start working on the next ones. Let me know which one you want to see if you made it this far. If you don't want to see anything, you're just going to keep watching as you see fit, all the better. But for those who aren't subscribed, please subscribe and like, dislike, leave a comment, let me know what you think. But on that note, good night and peace.